Okay, is it on? Yep. And now we're going to start with our member releases. Our member releases, we have to understand what we're looking for, right? And if you go over here, it tells you what's free and what's not. For example, it says your top and bottom chords are continuous but bolted, which means they're pinned to each other. So your top and bottom chords, this is your bottom chord, this is your top chords, right? Basically what they mean when they're continuous is that they're continuous from this piece going through here. This is one piece of steel. It's not two the way it looks. So when you put in your joint releases, you basically just want to put in a release here and a release here, right? You don't put a release in there, right? So you do the same thing over here for this one and then you come down on your bottom chord, and you might have a problem like this. It'll come up, and it's only because this lights up because you have your grid lit up in the background. So you can either turn off your grid or you can just do it like this. Right? You highlight a little section and it'll highlight it for you, and you can go over here and it'll do the same thing, right? Except what you don't want to do is you don't want this section over here highlighted the way it did. So an easy way to fix that is you just go back to your joint tools, you hit the release thing, you go OK, you come over here and you click on it, and again it does the same thing. You just do little boxes. And it's turning them off on all. Right? So I'm going to have to turn off my grids actually. So I'm going to go back up to my grids. I'm going to have to click this button to get rid of my grid. Click OK. And I continue on going back to that tool that was just at. So this one's released and this one's released, and nothing shows up in the center. Next, so now my top chords are continuous and my bottom chords are continuous. Next, I read over here, it says my webs are double angles and they're bolted, which is pinned at both ends. So basically my webs are double angles and they're pinned at both ends, which means they're released at both ends. So it's released at this end and this end, this end and this end, this end and this end. So I just come over here, I click on them, that one's released, that one's released, that one's released, that one's released, this one's released, and that one's released. And that's how you basically set up your joints, or your moment releases. It's just by understanding the words for each one.